coming at you?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched a ton of film on yet. I'm about to hit it in the film room. But yeah, from what I've heard and seen, they're kind of more traditional Missouri Valley type teams, North Dakota State, Illinois State, more just line up and run the football. You're going to see run keys, and it's going to be a run. With the game we played last Saturday, that wasn't the case. It could have been a run or a pass at any point in time. So yeah, a little bit easier for some of us in the back end, key wise. But I mean, you still got to execute on defense.
It seemed like, I didn't want to say missed opportunities, but just one big play for them, and then not to be that close to getting that road win. How does that drive you for this next couple?
I mean, it drives us because this is a team that expects to win every Saturday we go out there. So guys were bummed out. Everyone was mad, but everyone knows that there's the next game, especially in this league. Anyone can be beaten on any Saturday. We saw what Indiana State did Saturday, so it's every team is quality, and it's going to take everything we got to win.
Did that loss feel any different? You guys have been good this year. Just knowing that you guys have shown results, that you guys are getting there.
Well, like I just said, this team expects to win every ball game, and I'm not going to speak for years past, but that's what the attitude is of this team. We're expecting to win every single ball game, and if we don't win, in that case Saturday, guys are upset because of how much work that we put into it. So yes.
I know y'all don't try to look ahead, but it seems like maybe the next couple of games you can get some traction going into a big end of the schedule. Do you look at that as a senior? You've got so many games, 6 games left in your career.
I mean, yeah. Coach talks about the telescope. Obviously, we see the big picture, but we're focused on the details right now. We're focused on Indiana State. We got to beat them first and foremost because they're a good football team. Just like we've improved, they've improved. Everyone's trying to get ground on the top dogs in the conference. So we take care of them, then yeah, we can talk about the rest of the schedule.
That line in front of you, what have you seen out of them so far this year?
A lot of good stuff because those dudes can get after the quarterback, and when they get after the quarterback, it makes life for me and the guys in the back end so much easier. And just them being they're disciplined guys. They're hitting their gaps. They're making runs bounce for us, and that's just so much easier to make plays from the back end and the linebackers as well.
And you're one of the guys who does make the plays, gets the turnovers. Just you guys, Stack's kind of all over that this week. Just creating those. How do you go about just trying to create more?
I mean, it takes you got to be consistently focused on trying to get the ball out. 2 weeks in a row, us as defensive guys haven't got a takeaway, and I take a lot of responsibility on myself as a captain, as a defensive leader, because that's something we got to do. We did a great job early in the season, and now we've got to pick it back up and get back on that track.
It seems like a delicate rope to walk on because you don't want to miss a tackle trying to dig.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then we all struggle with that, but I think it's more of a group effort, more so like first guy's tackling, everyone else let's get after the ball, get that ball out, because you don't want to be the guy first tackling and trying to get that ball out, and you just ain't going to win ball games like that.
Absolutely. I mean, last week hurt a lot, and so now it's got to refocus and get right back on track to where we were in the beginning of the part of the season. Indiana State's a really good football club, a lot better than last year, and so we got to have a lot of focus, a lot of great preparation, and just get on to the next week.
And what sticks out to you when you say it's a great, very improved team? What's been?
Well, I mean, obviously last year they were over, and this year they play hard. They're well coached. I think last year was his first year, if I'm correct, and so another year, a lot more experience on the other side of the ball, and so. Each year you gotta, make improvements as a football team, and you can tell with how hard they played and some of the guys they've got, some of the new guys, and so, watching film on them just, started today and yesterday, I'm really impressed with how far they've come.
And you've been around the Valley football enough to know when they go to South Dakota State and send them to overtime and come from behind to do that they're not quitting or anything.
That's an impressive feat for them, obviously. I mean, obviously for them, you want to see a different outcome, but to push the number 2 or 3 team in the country to overtime and come back in the fourth quarter like they did, I mean, that shows a lot of, their character as a team, and so I'm really impressed with them.
And then you guys, character-wise, you need to park what happened up there and then just try to come back.
Absolutely. We can't let this, pass game beat us a couple more times than, it already has. So, tough game, missed opportunity on that goal line, obviously, but, on to next week on Indiana State and, get back on track.
With that, I know Steck didn't want to say something. Do you want to talk about one of those plays there? Or?
South Dakota did a great job on that goal line stand. Missed opportunities from us, up front. Individually I had a 3rd and 1. Didn't do my job as well as I could have. But just, hats off to South Dakota. They really made a great stand there. So.
Does that drive you coming back? It's like, let's not be in a position where we have to make this one again. Do you kind of feel that way as a unit, as that front line, offensive line?
Absolutely. We are, an experienced offensive line. We're all seniors up there, and we've all played plenty of, games. And so, we haven't been in situations like this year before, obviously, in the past in Missouri State. And so it's just, more experience in these close games, in these tight games. And then, each game we're getting better and better. So I'm pretty excited.
Steck's kind of had a 4th and 1. He'll go for it. Just about every time. You kind of had to at that point in the game, but just the confidence he has in you guys to go out there and is it the can't get a yard, you don't deserve to win type mentality, or what is it to you guys?
On offense, we have an attack mentality. We've had this since fall camp. Coach Brown came in and he gave us, attack. And so if we're on, the good side of the 50, we think we have a chance for it. We have an offensive line that's big and physical and experience, and if we think we can get it, we're going to go for it no matter what.
Talk about Murray. You got a big offensive veteran line, and then you got this kid coming in here, and he's going down the seam, making catches, making plays.
Well, it's always great to have these freshmen come in and step up, and Jordan's done an incredible job. Hats off to him. He's worked really hard throughout the summer with us, and he's continued through fall camp and through these first 4 or 5 games, and he's really impressed us, and he's earned our respect through hard work and through his dedication to the football team.
Obviously, his receiving numbers kind of speak for themselves.
Absolutely.
Steck was a bit critical of the blocking. I'm curious if you share that sentiment. You think he's got room to grow, or you like what you've seen out of him?
We all have room to grow, and so I have room to grow on my blocking, and obviously he has room to grow on his. But he's really come in and he's stepped up, and I think he's done a great job so far.
You guys tutor him on that?
Coach Kramer does a great job, so we don't want to step on his toes.